Hey, watch this video to learn how to build a product configurator for your jersey, shorts, t-shirt, polo and other clothes. So in this video you will learn how to build your 2D, 3D product configurators for your e-commerce. So just let's start. So, as you can see, I'm here in Zakeke and I realized a 3D product configurator, 2D 3D product configurator with Zakeke for this client, where you can just have like the 2D model and edit whatever you want. So the color of the t-shirt, upload your images, and for example, so I want to change the color of the t-shirt and the front size, then add some text and say hello. And I can also make it bigger, like move the text where I want, and personalize every angle of this for like each side of the jersey. And so, for example, also in this case we have the 3D preview, and here, for example, I can change this with my surname and have a personalized jersey. So I will teach you how to build this in Zakeke. So I'm here in Zakeke, and the first things that we want to do is to connect our store, that can be WooCommerce, Shopify, with Zakeke plugin. So in this case, you go to sales channel, and I've already connected the store, and you can just simply add another and choose the list of the available software and connect yours. Then what we need is our site images with their relative width and height, and also the mask to create the configurator. So in this case, we are going to customizable product. We can add one. In this case, I'm on the client's account and they have just one t-shirt, so I cannot add other t-shirts, for example. So I'm going to this, and what I want to do is, like in this case, you will see already something ready, but I can just go down, add a side. For example, I can name my size. I can upload the images. So in this case, I can go here and select my images. So like in this case, front. Okay, so I will move it down because later I will delete it. And in this case, I uploaded my side images, so this side that I will edit. And you have to do this for all the side that you want to edit. Then what you want to do is to set the printing area. You can set simply the printing area with a shape, or if you want all the side that can be like printable, then you have to have a mask of the side. So in this case, first of all, I have here the ruler, so I have to define the real dimension of this side. So in this case was, for example, here you have to be very precise. So in this case, for example, was 48 centimeters. So I'm going to define 48. Okay, once it's defined, I want to upload our mask. So I'm going to choose my mask, which is like the same of my image, and I will open it. And now Zakeke is uploading my mask. It will take a few seconds, but once we have our mask, we'll be ready to go on. Okay, so you can see we have our mask. Well, to see if here the parameters are like good, and like in this case I want them to be connected, so I will like link them, and I will make a little bit bigger because this was 48. So, okay, I check if everything is correct. Maybe I move a little here. And then what I do is like save. So you do all these procedures for all the sides of your jersey, t-shirt, polo, shorts, whatever. And once, if you don't have variation, like in this case, you can have variation like size. So if you have size variation and you decide to proceed with that, you're going to do these procedures for each side, for each size. Once you do that, the configurator is ready. So we're going to proceed to the next step. So for now, I will remove this side because I don't want to edit the actual configurator. And the next thing that we want to do to set our configurator is going here to tools. So select tools, and here you have a lot of options. So for example, if I want to give clients the possibility to edit the background of the t-shirt, the first thing that I want to do is to go here in product background editing, manage, and create a new tool rulers. So here I have mine, and I can add new one. For example, I can name it how I want, video trial, and I can select what the user can do. So just change the color, upload images, or choose an image from the gallery. So in this case, I want color, enable color picker. I can just also select a few colors that I want, and then select all the jersey sides or just the sides that I want to the client select, like change. So for example, front, and save it. Once you save it, you have unlimited options here. So for example, like in this case, we have flags, logos, and we could add whatever we want, like patterns and so on. So to do this, what we want to do is to go to image and clip arts galleries, manage, and we want to first create our categories. So in this case, I created categories, logos, and subcategories with logos, federation, championship, and then another categories with flags. Once to that, you can just go here and upload your logos. So the user, like in this case, for example, will see here all the logos that you uploaded, and they can also like search by name. So this is like for uploading logos, images that you want your user to select. And then another thing that we can do that's very interesting. So like in this case, as you saw before, there is a template with like surname and a number. So I want the user to insert the surname and the number. So how can I do that? Simply, I can go here in pre-designed template, manage this, and select if I have more, just select your jersey in this case. And so we can create a pre-design. Here this is the pre-design that I made, but we can just add new one. And here it will load, okay, and create our design. So like the normal configurator, but we can just go to create our design. So for example, I would decide that I want the front red, and I want the user, for example, to upload some text. So digit text here. And then we can also make some restriction so in text setting, for example, we can allow the user to edit text or move, rotate, resize. In this case, there is all. So for example, I can decide that the user cannot delete this text and that it's mandatory to edit. So we have all the option and you can decide what your clients can and cannot do. And here you can see the preview, 3D preview of your jersey, t-shirt, shorts again. So once I did this, I'm going to settings and name the template, give a code, put some tags, decide where the settings has to be applied. So for example, for the entire product, or I can do just for each site. So once I did that, save template, and you have your pre-designed template that the user will find here. So for one of the final step, we can, after like editing, uploading also our fonts and selecting which fonts the user wants, we can just put some pricing rules. So if you want that for every image that your client upload or for every text that they had, you can just select an amount. And then something else that you can do, for example, is to go to settings and add email notification, messages and alerts. So for example, a welcome messages before to start to configure your the configurator. You can translate the configurator, change the user interface of the configurator, so the icons, the colors, etc. And for the one of the last things for this video is, so to get the printing file for our configurator, is create the printing methods. How you want to do that? So let's name the printing methods. Let's name it trial, and you start to choose by like which methods you want. So you can have PNG, PDF, SVG, DXF files once the user order. So you will get one of those files if you select just one, or like you will get 4 if you selected 4. The DPI, and also select a bunch of other options. So like get a single printed file for all the sites, replace the colors, and so on. And another useful thing is decide what the user can do and cannot do as a general rule. So for example, I don't want the user to curve the text and have a text art. So I can just say to them that they can have italic and bold, for example. I can choose also the default color of my text and the maximum number of the text element that can be for each side. Then other option to like allow the text and so on. We can also choose and say that the user can upload images, or if we can enable image and clip art galleries. And also, for example, here for the fonts, once you uploaded your fonts, you can select what fonts your user can use. So for example, I can choose them, they can use just 2 fonts and select the default font that I want them to use. Okay, then they can change. And in the configurator, you will see just that fonts. So again, like before, you select for which sites is this rules and save it. So once you save it, you have your 2D product configurator. But now the question is how you create this 3D preview where like your clients, your user can see in real time what they are doing for all the jersey in this case. First of all, you need the 3D model of your jersey, short, etc. Once you have the 3D model, it's simply going to here in 3D preview and AR, select your model. And once you select your model, what you just upload your 3D model. And so match the front sides with your front part of the model. So for example, here is select the side of the jersey with the front part of the model and move X epsilon axis, scale it, tilt to cover, as you can see, all the sides of the jersey. So you then save it and you have this result where your user can edit everything in your jersey, for example, or just some parts. It's up to you. At the end, you will get this result. But after playing with the Zakeke rules, setting your configurators, you're not able or you don't want to do all by yourself, just text me clicking the link below this video and we can talk about it. If not, I hope you liked the video and you found this tutorial useful and see you at the next video.